Hello. So, going to be sharing a good setup. Um, I call this the G-Man setup, right? Um, he got this setup written down on the playbook, page 325. He emphasized the fact that this is one of his best trading setups, and come to find out that it has become one of my setups. I did took the idea. It's called the G-Man pullback setup. So you guys can take it and run with it, and it will be a great setup to add to your playbook. So yeah, so let's run through it, right? So pretty much what we're looking for it's a driving force, right? This market is bullish, right? Completely bullish. Um, in the higher time frame, we're looking for that driver, the drive volume. It's a high volume coming in here. So once we have that dry volume coming in, we're looking for that pullback, right? But the beautiful thing about the pullback, it's just not a regular pullback, right? We need to emphasize on the fact that there is a fight between buyers and sellers right here, right? And G-Man emphasized the fact that once he get those pulls back, he uses the tape to be able to be confident of when to get in. The tape, it's one of the instruments that we should all get familiar with, or at least get somewhere near that idea. It could be order flow, it could be the book map, it could be anything that is on you reach to be able to get familiar with the order flow between buyers and sellers. Anything that illustrate the buyers and sellers, we need to get familiar with, right? Because that's what's going to help us take this straight to the next level, right? Mike Bellaferri, he always emphasized the fact that we should be familiar with the tape. A trader who reads the tape will eventually find a better edge. And he also emphasized that people who do not use the tape, they're either barely making it or not making money. And I could definitely agree with that. I came across order flow, and it's a level two data. Put it into candlesticks, and you see each candlesticks where that fight between buyers and sellers it's happening. So I'm gonna illustrate this point right here. High volume. This is the G-Man setup, right? This is G-Man setup, and I'm gonna emphasize what he says in the book. But if you want to go and read about it, you could do so, right? So, so the first thing that he said, right, is that whenever you see this pullback, your stop loss will be. Oh, that's not. I don't like that one. So your stop loss will be down here, right? Right. Your entry point will be right in the driving force. Once you confirm, once you confirm that this market's taking off with the data, that's when you want to get in, right? Because he's confirming with the tape. So the point here is for you to get in right there, stop, and the TP will be um, on top right here. The TP of this setup will be right here, right? That's what he's emphasizing on the fact that TP should be up there somehow, somewhere. So the next thing that he mentions, right, it's that this pullback, right, might be one leg and a second leg. He emphasized the fact that if it doesn't work on the second leg, on the second pull back to the downside. He said to forget about it. So if, let's emphasize 2 points right here. If it doesn't work, right? If it doesn't work on the first pullback, he does emphasize the fact that we should be looking to get in the second pullback, in the second leg of the pullback. And obviously we got to make sure that whenever that happens, right, we see a, definitely before we get into the market, we need to be able to see a big, big, big on imbalance on price. And obviously the buyers taking over the move. And obviously the next TP will be up here. And this is also combined with volume, which you could use to indicate that there is volume. But the aspect of this, we need to make sure that we're reading the tape. And this is exactly what he emphasized. He said, read the tape and see what the tape is saying when that pullback comes back. Not just volume, not just candlesticks, but the tape, the orders. What are the orders that are coming in? And is the buyers aggressive? Is the sellers aggressive? Or is this move really going to take this many buyers to go to the upside? Or the next question that comes around is sellers in control or buyers in control? So once we have those questions lined up, right? What we're looking to emphasize on the fact is that what are we seeing when the price comes to this level? What are we seeing? So again, price comes to this level, passive aggressive sellers coming into the market. It comes right here, slows down. You see how much balling there is in here? 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 balling, 900, 1,000. This is NQ. Um, the good thing that you're gonna notice on the order flow chart is that the balling will slow down, and there will be a shift from buyers to sellers or from sellers to buyers. And this is exactly what we see right here. We see how the sellers are coming passive aggressive and the buyers are stepping in. They're stepping in. They're stepping in. And right here, they step in with a good order flow on the delta. Without a doubt, this is somewhere where we can engage. Obviously, this is just for the second example. I look for a minimum of, you see, when this pullback comes around, we see that the shift is so heavy, right? That when the delta shows up, it's at least a positive 1,000 on the delta, a positive. So we're gonna see 1,000 instead of 100. We're gonna see 1,000 on the delta. Once we see the 1,000 on the delta, we can engage into this move and drive this market all the way to the level of imbalance right here, which it did. So that's exactly the same setup that we see right here. This is exactly what happened right here on the actual candlesticks at 9:35, I believe. Let me see. Let me just go and see. All right. So we see how this time is a little messed up, but this is 9:25, 9:30. This is 9:35. This is just back 1 hour. So 9:35. This candle at 9:35 is the same one right here. It's just 1 hour ahead, but this is 9:35. 9:35. We pull the trigger and we get into the move all the way to the next higher high. And this is pretty much G setup. Um, my playbook. I put this into my playbook. You could also do the same thing as well. And you could take the same setup to the downside as well. Same concept, same application to the downside.